Wake up. Let's look at some Bitcoin shots. Yo! What's going on? What's going on? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What is going on? What's going on, man? Hope everyone's getting out of bed. Bob and Java's still sleeping, but we are here and we're going to talk some charts. Bitcoin's making a little move up here. 29,700. What is going on? What is going on? People tune in to see Java sleep. But it's 29.7. So what is Bitcoin doing here in the short term? We're getting a little bit of a move up, right? Will this be maybe a little bit of a bull trap before we continue down? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about what we maybe think that the stock markets are going to do this morning. And, are we going to see more red as the stock markets open, right? That is the question, man. That is the question. What's up, Squatty Swing? Squatty Swing. This is Crazy Town, he said. Yes, a little bit of Crazy Town. What's going on, Yoga? Good to see you, man. What's up? I saw Dan in here. I saw Clem. I saw 2W Ice. I saw Panic Seller. I saw Wes. What's going on? He said, I'm in Europe. It's still in bed. That's my guy. That's my guy. Well, isn't it like afternoon over there, my man? Right? Technically, isn't it after? No, it's probably like, it's probably early afternoon. All right. What's Bitcoin doing? Let's start with Captain BTC. So we have a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern on the 1 hour that formed overnight last night, and that did result in a little bit of a move to the upside here. So we have a left shoulder, head, right shoulder breakout to the upside there. Will this move last? Well, we obviously have market open coming up here in 10 minutes. That's sort of going to dictate what Bitcoin does after the market opens. But so far, right now, we are getting a slight move to the upside. With a measured move, if we take the neckline, it depends where you want to take the neckline here, but I would say it probably makes more sense to take it from the wick up here, and we put that at our breakout point. It's going to put us, very interestingly, right at the level where we actually broke down from yesterday. So we know we were looking at this kind of symmetrical triangle that broke to the downside yesterday. Could this just be a back test before we have a continuation lower, right? And that's sort of what I'm looking at here. As to get that breakout right back up to the previous support levels, right? Coming up, 1, 2, 3, 4, breakdown, come back up, back test this as resistance here, and sort of make your way back down to the downside, all right? Let's see what happens, but that would put us, somewhere in right about that 30K psychological level for Captain BTC. What's up, Daniel? Neck? I'm going to neck you, Dan. That's what I'm... That sounds so wrong. I'm going to neck you, my friend. That's what I'm doing. But that's what I'm sort of looking at. We have, obviously, yes, we have the DXY coming down. We have stock market stuff coming down yesterday. But it is what it is. What's up, Brendan? What's up, Jack? Life has said Discord. Link in the description, my friend. Just a free Discord. Anyone can really join, so you can join down there, my friend. What's up, Brendan? What's up, Caddy? I shorted, I got wrecked. Listen, man, it's gonna take that wick at some point. It is going to take that wick at 25K at some point. It's a matter of when. Might not happen today, might not happen tomorrow, but it's coming. But yeah, so you got that move to the upside. I'm looking down here at the hourly stock RSI, right? So the stock RSI, what I've noticed, on every single move to the upside, it loves to make a double top before actually bumping back down to the downside. So that's kind of what I'm watching here. So if we actually look at some of the past moves, you can see the stock RSI in the hourly here has came back up again and is looking to make that double top that we're looking at here. So if we look at the last couple moves, right, we have 1, 2 hits to the upside here. That marked the top here before the eventual move back down. We had a double top here. That marked the top at this move before the eventual move back down. You guys can go back and look at this. I mean, it marked the move here, double top, before a move back down, double top here for the eventual move back down. You guys can go back and look at that, but it loves to come up and actually double top on that hourly stock RSI before getting that eventual move to the downside. So that's what I'm looking at there. I think, let's see what Bitcoin does. It did get back above the 50 EMA here in the hourly, but I think what I'm seeing is maybe it goes back up to about the 30K region, but not much higher than that before coming back to the downside. As of course for the bulls, I hope I'm wrong, but that's kind of what I'm looking at this morning. I'll stay in bed until we're at normal levels. Bro, I'm not getting out of bed at this point. I made the mistake of saying I'm getting out of bed at 46K, and, I got out of bed and I got absolutely destroyed for getting out of bed, dude. Destroyed. I got absolutely hammered for getting out of bed. Ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous. I got out of bed at 46K, we go to 48K, and then we dump back to the downside. You got to be kidding me, man. You got to be absolutely kidding me. What are you guys drinking this morning? I got some beautiful coffee here. I'm still waking up a little bit here. Drinking some coffee. What are you guys drinking over there? I know some of you guys, it's the afternoon. Some of you guys, it's the night. You guys drinking some beers. You guys drinking some maybe some vodka and soda. I don't know why. Maybe you guys drinking some Trulies. I don't know. Who else is a Truly drinker out there? What are you guys drinking? I'm in bed for over a year. Yeah, I guess we might be in bed. We might be in bed for a little bit longer, my friend. All right, let's look at the 4-hour time frame as we kind of jump on in here. Actually, real quick, before we jump on into Bitcoin here. So we looked at the hourly. Let's go look at the DXY, because the DXY is coming down here. Are we about to make another bearish engulfing candle here on the DXY and see a little bit lower? It looks like we could be piercing that 20 EMA on the DXY, which we actually haven't done since all the way back in March. So almost 2 months ago was the last time we pierced that 20 EMA. We'll be seeing the same thing happen here on the DXY. I mean, listen, that would be good for short term, right? I don't know if it's going to last. Let's actually bring up, say, our indicators here. Still got some bullish. We got some bullish divergence forming here on the DXY now, and our stock RSI is coming down. So I don't know if this move is going to last. I'm going to watch this 20 EMA today. If we get it closed below it, and also have a bearish engulfing, there's a scenario where I know everyone's kind of calling this for this move for Bitcoin up to like the mid 30Ks, and I still see a lot of big traders calling for the mid 30K level before continuing down. There's a scenario where if the DXY can build some momentum to the downside, because we know we had this bearish div at top here. We had some higher highs and some lower highs coming in. There's a scenario where if the DXY drops, you could potentially look at maybe a small little run for the stock market in Bitcoin. There's that small scenario, but we got to see this play out in order for that to happen. I think I don't see it having like this absolute major like just drop here, but there's always the scenario. There's always a scenario. So we're gonna watch that coming up in here. DJ said if it shits the bed, I'm gonna laugh, but it's doubtful. We are about to open New York though. Yeah, we'll find out, man. We'll find out. DJ, you talking about the DXY, dude? I just don't see the DXY dumping too much here, but there is some shine. There is some signs. There is some signs of life here. Maybe. You know what I mean? Let's look at some of the stock markets. So we know yesterday we had these rising wedges on the S&P and the NASDAQ. Those both broke to the downside perfectly. So let's actually stick to let's go to the 4-hour real quick on the NASDAQ. Are we going to come back down to test these lows? I think at this point it's pretty, what I'm watching for, I think it's pretty likely. Yeah, 4-hour RSI has room to run down. 4-hour stocks cross to the downside. I think the NASDAQ is going to come down here to test at least these wicks down here. It could be an interesting day. Could be a very interesting day, to say the least. I think yesterday Bitcoin held up pretty well despite the markets pretty much crap in the bed. So if we see a little bit lower, is that going to be Bitcoin's time to, we're sort of looking at this as maybe some type of bull trap here before continuation down. Is this going to be Bitcoin's time to get that move to the downside, that we should be looking at after a break down from this bear flag, right? And this is just kind of a back test as previous support into resistance. That's what we're going to watch at today for the NASDAQ and the S&P, which also, if we actually go to a little bit longer of a time frame, I probably expect to come back down and test these lows again, unless there is any signs here on our, yeah, I mean, it's the same thing, right? There's no bullish divergence. Stock RSI is topped out. I don't see the scenario where this bounces at this current moment either. So what does that tell us about Bitcoin? Well, I think we kind of, as I said, best case we go up to like 30K, but I think we move back down. 30K would be like if the stock market opens green, you have a little bit of upside maybe before you dump back down. So that's what I'm watching for today. Daniel said, interesting. I've been making burgers for your brother every day for the past year. For my brother? Listen, man. My brother doesn't eat burgers. He eats meatloaf. Joke's on you, my friend. Joke's on you. Jabba doesn't eat burgers. He eats Chinese food. Joke's on you, too. Okay? Joke's on you. I took a bus today and it stunk of piss. It's disgusting, dude. That's disgusting. You know, it's becoming warmer over here, so the stench of piss and shit is starting to come from the sidewalks over here as well. So, get used to it, man. The hotter it gets, the more, I guess, the more you smell that type of stuff. So, we'll see. The market is about to open. The market opens in 1 minute. So, that's going to dictate what we see next. What else can we look at here? Daily time frame. We know we had the massive bearish engulfing candle yesterday on the daily. Today, Bitcoin's, like you said, getting a slight bounce to the upside here. I think the one thing you can look at for the daily, you know, the one thing that the bulls are going to hold their head on here is, you know, this slight bullish divergence on the daily time frame. We get some higher lows and lower lows coming in on the daily. It's very slight. I don't take this with as much power as say the massive bearish engulfing candle. The reason why I don't is because we're really just in a big downtrend on the daily, right? And what I take more stock in is sort of the bearish. The trend is your friend, right? The trend is your friend. So I'm going to take more stock in a bearish signal than a bullish signal in a bearish trend, right? So, you know, we know that you had a daily candle that engulfed pretty much every candle since May 10th, right? So the past 8 candles got engulfed by that daily candle. So, yes, you're getting a slight move up here. I don't think this is really going to last unless, I mean, you get some like serious movement here, like above like 30,400 today, which I guess is never impossible, but I don't see it. I wouldn't be too upset if it did happen, but I don't see that, at least at the moment. I still think, dude, you're going to take this wick at some point. Right? It's not going to, and this is why I can't get too excited. And any move to the upside for BTC, I cannot get too excited right now because we always like to come back down and take the wicks, right? So you got this wick all the way back down at 25.4. I think it's gonna come down here at some point, whether it's, like we said, today, tomorrow, 2 weeks, a month. At some point, I think it's going to come back down and take this. So that's why I even if Bitcoin starts moving up, like I can't like start saying,
we're going to 100K tomorrow.
Right? I can't. So we'll figure it out. All right. So we got the opens here. Let's see what we do here on the open. We got a slight move to the downside here on the open. Bitcoin still kind of holding at 29.6. Let's see what happens here for BTC, guys. Yeah, market's open right now. Ding, ding. I can't do it this morning. All right, market's open, guys. Market's open. I had to do it. I had to do it today. Why not? I love the smell of. It's going lower than 25K. I think it's gonna go. I think it's gonna test the 200 SMA whenever it does, right? So we know the 200 SMA. I don't like the call level. I'm gonna say it's gonna come back down and test the 200 SMA. Okay. You know, right now that's at 21,959. I think it's gonna come test that moving average at some point. It's a moving average, right? So every week that goes by, it's going to move up, right? It's going to move up every week that goes by. So keep watching it, but over time, it's going to slowly inch up, inch up, inch up, inch up, inch up. You know, like we said, if it takes 3 months for it to test the 200 SMA, obviously the 200 SMA is going to be higher, right? If it hits it this week, it's going to be lower. So it depends on the time frame that we go and test it. But every bear market has gone to test the 200 SMA, and I'm still going to stand by it. I think it still comes back down and takes that 200 SMA along with this big wick on the weekly. So I'm still going to stand by that, guys. I'm still going to stand by that. And below 20K, Jordan has to eat a sock. So just remember, Jordan has to eat a sock below Java's baking. You know, that's sort of what we're watching there. Let's see. Gonna go down, guys. If we can smack up that like button, let's smack up that freaking like button. I almost never tell you guys to smack the like button, you know, and that's on me. I never tell you guys to smack the like button because I don't feel like I need to, right? I don't feel like I need to shield the like button 24/7. But just once again, guys, you know, once or twice a stream, if you guys can smack up that like button, if you watch every single day, I appreciate you guys for smacking that like button. Seriously, if you watch every day, that's you know, I would appreciate that. I hear you, Jay. We could crab until 200 comes up a bit more. Yeah, it's a moving average, right? So everyone likes to say, oh, so we're going to 22K. No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. Like if Bitcoin, you know, there's still a lot of people calling for a retrace at some point. And if Bitcoin does have a retrace from this level, right, which is certainly possible, maybe comes back up, tests the 100 or something like that, 35K, this moves up like this, right? And then you come back down. Maybe the bottom ends up being 25K again, right? Who knows? It's all Tom preference. Hit 3 times. You hit it 3 times. That's what I'm talking about, man. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you, guy.
I'm gonna buy the top and I'm gonna sell the bottom, guys.
All right. Let's continue on. So I'm not gonna talk about, you know, I'm not gonna talk about all the bottom stuff. We'll save all that for tonight. Okay. We're just watching a little market open here. So far, so good. So far, so good. Bitcoin, nut 29.7. Still looking for 30K. All right. I mean, that's the technical measure move of here of this little inverse head and shoulders, but it is what it is. Let's see. If the US dollar does a Luna death spiral, where you're going to stuff your money before it goes to zero?
If the US dollar does a Luna death spiral, where are you going to stuff your money before it goes to zero?
If the US dollar does a death spiral? I don't think, one, I'd like it to do a death spiral, but if it did, where would I store my money? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I know everyone wants to say Bitcoin, Jordan. I would say Bitcoin would be a very volatile asset to put, I think, all your money in. I never recommend putting all your money in crypto, but I would probably put it in you know, and I would say whatever you think a majority is in Bitcoin, some in alts, and you know, the rest in, man, do I want to go to a different currency? I don't think so. I mean, to be honest, I know if that was the case, I'd probably put some in gold. I would. Why? Not because I don't think gold's a good investment. Gold just goes sideways, but that's the point, right? Gold is stable, so I'd probably go and put some in gold if I'm going to be honest. You know, any money that I would keep in a potential, you know, just in my account or in like a savings account, I'd probably put it in gold, bro. You know. Wayne said, better do it soon. Oh, jeez. Under your mattress. Well, what would you put it under your mattress, right? You don't want to hold dollars. So what are you going to put under your mattress? You know? Gold boy. Dollar rules. Real estate. I mean, yeah, you can go the real estate route too. As I say, gold is just to stay somewhat liquid. But you can go the real estate route too. Boomer metals. I'll put my money in McDonald's. True, but that, to me, that's the only reason you have gold. Like you hold gold to just have stability. But that's really all it is. You just go sideways. You know, Peter Schiff think it's the best investment. I tend to disagree. He's just trolling at this point. Peter Schiff is literally just a troll at this point, man. Like he does not actually believe what he says. There's no way he does. There's no way he does. Like some of the stuff that he says, like you guys see his tweet the other day, like he tried to do some TA on the charts, and it's like the bear market lows coming up. It's you guys saw that tweet. That was like the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. There's no way he was being serious, and that's why like he confirmed the other day why I don't think he's serious, because he's not that dumb. He's a smart guy. He's not that dumb. All right. So what are we looking at here? Let's get the S&P. S&P's holding up right now. I don't think it will last, as we see usually with these markets is they start one way and then they go the other way a little bit later. So right now we're kind of, I guess, holding up. Let's actually go to like a 5-minute chart. Let's get dirty here. Let's get dirty on the 5-minute chart. Yeah, so far we're kind of holding up. All right. DXY holding up as of now. Let's go look at total market cap. See, total market cap, same kind of thing as BTC. Trying to make some... It's really the same chart as BTC right now, total market cap. You know, you had the bearish engulfing candle yesterday, and you ended up... I mean, you still see this coming lower, right? How everyone's going to call, oh, double bottom. I don't think so yet. I still think you come and take this liquidity down here before you can move back to the upside. But, you know, you'll see a lot of people calling for a W reversal here, you know, like this. To me, you got to come lower for that. Take this and continue up, which, like I said, doesn't have to happen today. A lot of people think, oh, you know, we're calling for lower prices. It's going to happen today. No, man. Sometimes this stuff can take a long time to play out. I'll give you guys an example, right? If you know, you think it has to happen today, let's go back to say, I mean, just to use an example, guys, like let's go back to last summer, okay? Let's go back to last summer, right? If we go back to last summer, right, we know we had, say, example, we had this wick right here. And, you know, normally you would want to come back down, take that, and continue up. Well, we didn't for a while, right? I mean, look at how long it took. It took approximately about a month. It actually took 29 days. It took 29 days to actually come back and take that wick before continuing back up. So it's not something that has to happen right away, right? It can take a long time for that stuff to play out. And as we know, when Bitcoin bottoms, it usually chills for a little bit. The only time it really didn't was March of 2020. March of 2020 was a complete anomaly in the markets, right? Every time it bottoms, if we go back to I mean, you guys can go look at any times. I mean, 2018, you ended up staying down there, right? I mean, if you want to, you can technically call this the bottom, but well, let's say from the bottom, it stayed relatively low for about 3 months, almost 4 months before moving to the upside, right? You can go back to, say, 2014. I mean, that was a long, grueling period. I wasn't in crypto at that time, but that was a long, grueling period from the time you bottomed to the time you really started to move up. I mean, you're talking 6 months, right, before you really started to move up. So, I mean, I know everyone's saying up, down, up, down, up, down. I mean, for me, it's more likely that we range between the 200 SMA and like 40K for at least a few months, which sucks, but that's the reality of the situation, right? I think we range between, you know, like we said, whenever we hit the 200 SMA, let's say we hit it at, you know, what's 23K or something like that, you know, in this little range here for a couple months. I think that's the most logical scenario. Yeah, people calling for 10K, people calling for a bounce. Most people calling for 10K at this point, which is funny, but you know how it is. Let's actually do a poll real quick. What will Bitcoin hit first? Let's do the same one we did the other day. 35K or 25K. We're sitting pretty close to 30K. 35K or 25K. What will Bitcoin hit first? Let me know in the chat. You have quietly became a very good trader at TA. A trader at TA? Well, thank you, man. Listen, I've always... Thank you, guys. I know what I'm doing. I just, a lot of times, like, I prefer to have fun and, you know, have a little bit of humor than to be super, super serious about trading. Because here's the reality of the situation, guys. 90% of traders lose money. In reality, it's... I don't mean to crush people's dreams, but in reality, you're not going to become the next crypto face. So I'd rather have fun with it than be some knockoff trader. Okay, so 29.6. Let's see what happens here. Okay, A trader at a trader at TA. Doesn't make sense. I appreciate the nice words, man, but you know, it is what it is. It was the wick off story. Nice. Shiba Inu will hit 35K first. So the poll, Bitcoin, we're at 29.5. I can already see that the poll is slightly more bullish than the other day. Why? Because Bitcoin's having a green day today. It always depends on whatever Bitcoin's doing that day is going to dictate whatever the poll is. You know what I'm saying? I like to trade crypto while I smoke, drink coffee, and fart. Nice, man. Traders don't talk about how much a coin is worth. They trade the coin. True. Dave, that's very true, man. That's very, very true. Your thumbnail looks like George. I think when I made this thumbnail, that was the point. I made that a long time ago. I can see your coffee with sugar. No, this is a creamer, man. I actually get the don't make fun of me, but like the M&M creamer. That's what I get. It's really very good. It's very, very good. All right. Let's go check on some of these. So S&P on the 5-minute looking to come down. Still expecting the S&P to come down, back down to 38.59 at the very, very least. Probably lower, but at the very, very least, you guys can see it just keeps, look at the 5-minute chart. Just keeps getting rejected off the 20 EMA. Bonk, bonk, Doge bonk, Doge bonk. Just keeps getting bonked off the 20 EMA on the 5-minute. Look at that, man. It's beautiful. So we'll continue to watch this, but this is going to probably dictate Bitcoin. I mean, even though, whoa, look at that wick on BTC. There it is. There it is. You got all the longers to commit there. You got all the long traders to commit, and you Doge bonked back down. Okay? You Doge bonked right back to the downside, right below the 50 EMA again. Did you get Doge bonked? Let me know. Did you get Doge bonked? Let me know. But yeah, I mean, you had a nice move up to about 29.8. Doge bonked right to the downside. Bonk. Doge bonked. Who FOMO'd at the top? Who longed at the top? Let me know in the chat. Let me know at the chat. Right below the 50 EMA. Right after indecision candle. Not the smartest move in my opinion. S&P coming down. Look at the S&P now. S&P's about to break the lows. Probably means Bitcoin is coming back down as well. Let's watch it. Let's watch it. I feel like a sports commentator right now. I'm going nuts. It's a nice day today here. Bear garden weather. It's kind of like it's a little shady here today. It's a little cloudy. It's a little misty, but it's supposed to be the first 90-degree day here on Saturday. First beach day of the year. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. Sunday, it's going to be in the 80s. It'll be absolutely fantastic. So let's see what happens. Goose honk. I am short. I'll come back at 20. I'll come back in at 22K. There you go, man. Without Java, the Earth's gravitational pull would be effed up and we would all die. Oh, God, man. Oh, God. Should we be good clapping? Hold up. Thursday has become the new Friday. Has it? Has it? What has Bitcoin traditionally done on Thursdays? Let's see. What was the last Thursday? Thursday was the 12th. Let's see. So May 12th. Okay, yeah. May 12th was not great last week. That was the day that we dumped to 25K. And then it would technically be May 5th if I could do my math correctly. Oh, yeah. May 5th was a horrible day. And then it would be April, let's see, April 28th. What was April 28th? April 28th was nothing better. But the last two Thursdays have been the worst days we've had lately. So, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Doge bonked right below the 50 EMA. Come on, man. Let's get it. There it is. There's a slight retrace. Calling for 100 Fahrenheit here. Holy moly, man. 100's too hot. Even 90 is like... No, 90's fine. 100, you're pushing it. You're pushing it. That's like I'm staying in the AC today.
Hi. Chart looks
100
funny
degrees.
today. Open mouth, smile, ha ha ha.
Chart looks funny today? What do you mean the chart looks funny today? What's wrong with that? What does that mean? It looks like a normal chart. But thank you, Miller. Wayne again said if US dollar does a Luna death spiral. I don't think it does a Luna death spiral, man. I think that's pushing it a little bit, but at some point the US dollar is going to give and it's going to have a major drop. I mean, it's been pretty parabolic. It's been parabolic for the last 3 months. At some point it's going to give. At some point it's going to give. I don't know if it's now, but at some point it's going to give. Yesterday was 106. Jeez, dude. 106 degrees. Celsius is the way. Actually, you know what's funny? We were just talking about this morning. I was trying to argue that Fahrenheit's better than Celsius, and I was trying to come up with some type of reason because I like to debate and prove people wrong. But no, man, Celsius is way better than Fahrenheit. There's no pro of Fahrenheit besides you get a larger scale of temperatures. Celsius, it's so easy because you know that 0's freezing and you know 100's boiling. It's so easy, man. So I genuinely agree. I think Celsius is better than Fahrenheit after a lost debate by myself. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. Elliot, can you pull up BCH? I don't think we've looked at that for a while. Bitcoin Cash? Oh no, man. We can look at Bitcoin Cash. We can look at Bitcoin Cash, even though you know my thought on Bitcoin Cash. All these old dinosaur coins. Let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Oh Lord. Wait, Bitcoin Cash is at the March 2020 lows? Oh.
Everybody panic, we're going to zero.
Bitcoin Cash got decimated, huh? Holy shiza. Bitcoin Cash and Qcoin. There's a better Bitcoin Cash chart. Come on, man. Let's see. Bitcoin Cash. Dude, Bitcoin Cash went to the 2020 lows. Bitcoin Cash got destroyed, man. I mean, listen, every alt got destroyed, but listen, like, holy shiza, man. Came right to the daily close lows. Man, Bitcoin Cash sitting right on the hopes of glory. If that breaks, you're coming down to the March 2020 wick. You know, back down to $130. Bitcoin Cash got decimated, man. Woo! Holy crap. Holy crap. That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, simply put, if that breaks on the weekly, you're coming back down to the March 2020 lows, man. It's crazy. I mean, you're hoping for Bitcoin to get a bounce, but right now you already broke the lows yesterday, daily close lows. I mean, I think $130 is coming based on where I think Bitcoin's going, right? I think Bitcoin's going lower, so I will kindly say that, I'll kindly say that I think Bitcoin Cash is going back to 130, man. Pepsi shines over Coke, the lower Celsius it is. No, man, don't kill Miller. Don't get me started about Pepsi. Pepsi sucks, okay? Coke is better than Pepsi. I don't want to hear this blah, 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 blah about Pepsi versus Coke. I don't want to hear this, man. After C... Dude, does anyone... Oh, man, what is the world we live in? It's crazy, man. What is the next crazy thing that's going to happen in this world? I don't know. I wonder that every day. It's like, it's something new that's coming out. Like, one thing goes away, another thing comes. And one thing goes away, another thing comes. It's nuts. Like, what's going to be the next thing that comes out in this world? Who knows? Who knows, man? Like, it's going to start raining fire at some point. Like, aliens are going to come at some point. I don't know. Guys, what do you think is the next thing that's going to happen in this freaking world? Let me know. ETH looks more shady than Bitcoin, actually. ETH, we know ETH yesterday in the daily, massive bearish engulfing candle, break below previous daily lows. You broke below today. It looks like, I mean, so far today, we got to see where you close. But if you close below here, it's just going to be a bearish back test, right? You try to get back over, rejection, probably continuation. If you can't get back over about 1951 today on ETH, probably see, I mean, just like BTC, I probably see you coming lower here. That's just the reality of the situation. The 4-hour chart is showing nothing crazy here on the 4-hour chart. 4-hour stocks, if you get a little more red, you're looking to cross that back to the downside. 4-hour RSI has room to run down. So quite frankly, why do I use the word quite frankly? Am I a weird? Quite frankly, ETH is kind of looking the same as BTC. We'll see. All right, so for BTC right here, guys, what we want to see ultimately for BTC is now that we got that rejection, right? Now that we kind of had that move to the upside, rejection back down. Now what we want to see for BTC is, we know we had this head and shoulders pattern here, right? Now we want to see on the hourly if this is just going to be a clean back test. So we're coming back down to test the neckline, which the neckline, I mean, it's kind of all over the place, but I mean, you could say the neckline's here. Is this just going to be a clean back test of the neckline here before a continuation to the upside? That's what the bulls hope for. For the bears, you ultimately want to break this neckline to the downside. So that's what we're going to watch right now. Let's look at the stock markets here. Yeah, S&P coming down still, slowly coming down here. NASDAQ. Let's go to like the 5-minute chart of the NASDAQ here. This one doesn't seem to want to. So NASDAQ is holding up okay as of right now. Nothing crazy there. That one's holding up okay, which is probably why Bitcoin's holding up somewhat okay. Rodney said, I know Jordan sucks. Yeah, guys, smack the like button. Smack the like button. It helps out. Helps out. 650 people watching, 226 likes. Smack the like. Let's get that over. We should be able to get that over 400, honestly. I appreciate that, guys. We're just chilling, watching the charts. If you guys saw the intro today, let me know what you guys thought. What do you guys thought about the intro? Right? Listen, you guys know I like corny stuff. I thought it was kind of corny. I like corny humor. So, what did you guys think about the new intro today? Let me know in the chat. I can obviously change the music too. If you guys want a different song, I can change the music, but it is what it is. I love my corniness. You guys know me. I'm a corny mother effer. I need some more coffee too. Holy moly. All right, so we got that. What else can we look at today? Not really a lot of alts really doing much at the moment. Yeah, it's really not much alts. What I actually wanted to look at real quick, I haven't looked at in a while, is Tether dominance. The reason why I want to look at Tether dominance is because we know we broke out from the range that we just consistently got rejected from, right? I mean, Tether dominance, we were really holding this range here for a long time, right? We have 2020, 2021, and here. We were holding that range for a significant amount of time, but that range broke. So what we're looking here for Tether dominance is how much higher is Tether dominance going to go, right? I mean, you could argue some of this maybe had to do with Terra and people moving from Terra into USDT. You could maybe argue that, but I don't think that has too much to do with it. But at the same token, like, how much higher is this going to go? Because typically when this tops out, it does mark the bottom of moves. This was kind of a head cup and handle, boop, boop, break to the upside. I'm actually curious what the measure move of this would be. We want to see this top out. Ultimately, obviously, as people move out of stable coins, the market pumps. Measure move would be a lot higher, like 10% dominance, which is crazy. But I mean, how much higher can this go, right? That's the question. Let's go swing high to swing low. Yeah, we went almost perfectly to the 1.618 fib. I'm actually going to take it from this high to this low as well. And that's also right at the 1.618 Fibonacci. So, man, I mean, we got the RSI higher than it's, I mean, almost at high levels. So, let's see what happens, guys. Let's see what happens with this. We want to see that get rejected there. Daily showing that it could have more room to run to the upside. I still think that continues up, right? I still think that continues up. But, you know, at some point, that's got to give. At some point, it's got to give. Celsius is awesome. Quan in jail. Trump. Bro, told you many times I can get you music. All right, Wes, I'm going to hold you to that, man. I will get to you either today or tomorrow, my guy. And we'll get that done, my friend. Remember when ETH used to be hot? Jordan dumped her and she got fat and droopy. That's actually funny. When I did dump her, she got fat and droopy. That's very true. Rob and Job, I need to get the hell out of bed. They're sleeping, man. I'm trying to work out, play the pump song. What's up, Ride or Die? Chris, I'm doing a good job on these videos. Thank you, man. Thanks for hanging out, man. Appreciate it. What are we looking at right now? What are we looking at right now? 650. Oh, this is updated here. 648. 268 likes. You guys are crazy, man. Crazy coming in here. Daniel said, Mick meeting. Have a nice day. You too, Dan. Good to see you, my guy. Good to see you, my guy. All right, we're still waiting to see what the resolution here is for BT Sizzle at this moment. Daniel said Mick meeting. Actually, I just got the joke now. He's going to McDonald's, bro. He's going to McDonald's. Just finished my morning workout. Nice, dude. Nice. Jordan AK, Chris. What's up, Christopher Reed? Good to see you, my man. Is it cheaper to take your USD and convert it to USDT than buy? That's something you would have to look at, man. Can you shadow Alien reveal himself from shadow to buy BTC? This market is boring. Right now it is, yeah. Right now it is. Right now it is. Right? Man, that's the reality of the situation, man. Who has a gallon of milk in the morning? No one has a gallon of milk. Oh, I have a gallon of water, though. I actually need to go to the store to get some more water. NASDAQ coming down again. So, listen, I mean, Bitcoin's holding up strong, right? Considering that some of these, right? I mean, the S&P bouncing back. I mean, overall, they're down for the day so far. NASDAQ's coming back down to break the lows. So let's watch this real quick. I'm interested to see if the NASDAQ breaks the lows here. Is Bitcoin gonna do the same, right? Is Bitcoin gonna do the same? Let me actually see if I can get to the 1 minute chart here. Will it let me? Yes, okay. 1 minute chart. Let's see if the NASDAQ breaks the lows. If it does, we are going to see what Bitcoin does here. So far, so good on BTC. Looks like it was a back test so far. Continuation. Let's see if a continuation. I'm going to come back down and take the wick again. Let's see the 15-minute chart. Just be careful here, guys. You got the sort of back test. But what you don't want to see is just to come back up, make M pattern reversal back down, right? Where you get people to come back. Oh, just a back test. You get people to commit back to the upside, right? You get people to commit, and you bring it back to the downside. That's what you don't want to see ultimately here. So let's see if you can get a little bit more momentum to the upside. I don't see us going too much higher from this point. Just be careful at these levels here, right? Just be careful. Dumb gym time? No, Drunk Bear. You gotta be excited to go to the gym, man. You gotta be excited. You can't be looking at the gym and going, freaking, it's time to go to the gym. I know a lot of people don't enjoy it, but you know, you got to look at it as, I'm so excited to go to the gym. Let's get it. Do you go to the store to get lost to get water. Alaska, we drink glacier water out the tap. Well, you know what? In New York, we don't have glacier water, okay? We have people pissing on people pissing on the sidewalks. No, listen, if I had a big glacier next to me, that would be delicious. Unfortunately, there's no glaciers over here, right? So you take your glacier, okay, your entitled glacier water, which is probably delicious, and you keep it to yourself, okay? We don't have glacier water. What's up? Said, sup, Jordan boy. What's going on, Jow? I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly. Jow, I would think you would say it. Whole milk is the only way to go before the gym. Oh, God, man. I would think I would puke if I drank whole milk before the gym. I think I would absolutely puke. I would absolutely puke. 100%. Cardio day, not fun. 90 minutes of cardio. Yeah, screw that. I couldn't hype myself up to get 90 minutes of cardio. Screw that, man. I'll pass. I will gladly pass. Now, lifting. All right, I'm going to get excited every time. But cardio, nope. That's why I have my stepping shoes, man. I get my cardio from my stepping shoes. I'm forced to do it in a good way. It's great. Oh, can we get the NASDAQ back up? Sure, my man. All right. Oh, my Lord. Here it comes. Dump it. Dump it. Dump it. Water filters are cheap enough. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I prefer, I could refill the jug every day. Okay, let's be honest. But I prefer the jug so I can monitor how much water I drink. Okay? Dump it. He sold.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
That'll always be my favorite one, man. It doesn't get old. It doesn't get old.
Bitcoin's going to 10K.
Stock's taking a crap. Dump it. What's Bitcoin doing now? Yeah, man, just be careful. Like we said, be careful of the rise back up. M formation. Shout out to Tino. Rise back up. M formation. Move back to the downside. I probably could say the same thing on the NASDAQ. Yeah, NASDAQ. S&P holding up well, but the NASDAQ is coming down. We know Bitcoin's kind of correlated to the NASDAQ a little bit more. What's up, Drew? If we can stay around 27, monitor these nuts. If we can stay around 27K, where would that go? RSI indicates that Bitcoin go upside in one-day chart. Bitcoin gongo. Why are you talking like George, man? That Bitcoin go upside. Gongo upside. So they say that daily's showing that Bitcoin's gonna go to the upside. What about this shows you Bitcoin's gonna go upside? DXY looks like it's dying. I mean, yeah. To be fair, it looked like it was maybe dying right here, and then it boomed back to the upside. So let's not get too excited over the DXY. I mean, it's good. It's good. That's what we want to see. For all crypto holders out there, that's what you want to see. Break of the 20 EMA. Historically, break of the 20 EMA, you at least come back down and test the 50. Historically. Which would be a pretty decent drop for the DXY, which you would hope. I mean, it depends what you're looking for. Like, do you want a relief rally, or do you want Bitcoin to just dump? That's sort of the question. Like, all right, you get a relief rally, woohoo! Just to me, it's just extending whatever the inevitable is, which coming back down to take this 25K liquidity at some point, right? Do you really want a relief rally right now? Do you really want that? Woohoo! All it really is just extending the time where it goes, woohoo! I don't know. I'd rather just, woohoo! Okay, I'm done with the woohoos, but I prefer just dump. You're just extending what in my opinion, what's going to happen anyways. I've watched my water all day and it hasn't moved once. Nice, man. George doesn't drink massive amounts of water. Maybe he does. You don't know. Maybe he does. Want BTC to make Jabba happy? Me too, man. I like when Jabba's mad. I like when Jabba's mad. I like when he starts crying and stuff. Might just be other currencies gaining ground. Yeah, that too. That too. We got 800 peeps here. Guys, we got 800 peeps in here. 300 likes. What's up with that? Why is everyone miserable today? Come on, man. Spread the love. Spread the love. Spread the love a little bit. Spread the love. Spread the love. What's up with that? What's going on, Jerome? Good to see you, my friend. What happened to the pump songs? We haven't seen him in a while, my friend. You gotta love Jerome. I love when Jerome comes in and trolls. It's the best. Jerome, it's good to see you, friend. Infinity, I'm in a long to 35K. I think a lot of people are calling for longs to 35K. He looks like an eat your sock pattern. We're almost there. Jordan has to eat sock. Where is it? Where's the line? Where'd it go? Oh, it's on the weekly. Jordan has to eat sock. 20K right here. Let me actually put it on the line. Here we go. Jordan has to eat sock. Jabba labeled this last night, guys. Spread the love. Your mom loves to spread it. Hey, if she does, hey, man, listen, what I'll always say is, your mom jokes are nasty. If you you want to bang my mom, go ahead. I mean, what does that say about you? Way too many bearish people. Waiting for better buys. Usually means a pump will come in. Waiting for better buys. I mean, you could argue a lot of people are holding their bags and waiting for higher prices to sell off, right? I mean, you could also argue that. So you could really argue in any situation. All right, let's see what the poll says. So what will Bitcoin hit first? 669 votes. We have 25K says 63% said 25K is going to hit first. 37% say 35K. So still the majority pretty bearish. It's a little bit better than the other day. Yes, I think the other day it was closer to 70%, 30%. I think it was actually 69-31 was the other day, 2 days ago's poll where we asked the same question. So I guess people are slightly more bullish. Why? Because Bitcoin's having a green day today. That's always what's going down. Bitcoin's dumping, people are bearish. Bitcoin's pumping, people are bullish. You guys get the point. I don't have to explain that. It's just human psychology, I guess. When you see green, you're bullish. When you see red, you're bearish, right? We all know this. When you see green, you want to buy. When you see red, you want to sell. It's the same situation. I almost say sometimes it might be better to switch the candlesticks. And for me, it doesn't really matter, but maybe switch your red candlesticks as green, or even invert the chart, right? If you have a tendency to FOMO, maybe invert in the chart. Like if you invert the chart, let's invert it real quick. If you invert the chart, you'd want to FOMO right now. Look at this, man. Bitcoin's about to break the highs. You'd want to FOMO buy. So, I mean, you can look at it that way. FOMO buy, woohoo! Going to test the 200 SMA. Maybe confirm it as resistance, right? Come back up here, confirm this as resistance, come back down. Woohoo! Wouldn't you want a FOMO in this chart? Let me know. Maybe you wouldn't, I don't know. You will not have to eat the sock? No, we're not going to eat the sock, man. The sock is not going to be eaten. Jabba's already cooking it. He's just wasting his own sock at this point. Drew said, shaking my head. Let's see. We're heading up. Fear and Greed Index makes sense. We heading higher? Short order set. Why would you buy now when everyone knows it's going lower? That's one of the dumbest questions I've ever heard. Does anyone actually ever... It's so funny because lately everyone, like, the bears have been correct. It's so funny because if you ask the same question, a couple months ago, or it would say about a year ago, people would say, oh, everyone's bearish, that means we're going up. Now it's like, all right, everyone's bearish, that means it's going to go lower. It just depends on the market, man. Just depends on the market. Typically, when everyone knows it's going to go lower, it's not going to go lower, right? So far, that hasn't been correct. I would say most people got pretty bearish, when we broke this trend line. I would say people still kind of had some hope when we were kind of holding this, right? It was after we broke this where people, like everyone started getting bearish. So, you know, I would say since about 37K, everyone's been, I would say the majority of bears have been right. The question is, will they continue to be right? I mean, like I said, I hope they're continuing to be right. I want some of my lower orders to be filled. If they don't get filled, it is what it is. I hope they do, though. I hope they do. I hope I get a juicy buy at the 200 SMA, because historically that's where Bitcoin's bottom is, the 200 SMA. I hate to sound like a broken record, but I feel like I just have to keep saying it because, you know, that's really all I'm watching for right now, and that's all I'll continue to watch for. Hello, bro. Is no more hot dogs in Costco? Get hamburgers, man. A W could form, but ultimately if it goes up, it's going to come back to retrace that wick. Yes. I think at some point you'll come to 25K. Whether you get a retrace right now or whether you dump right now, it's going to come back down to 25K. Rodney said that was the mark in the sand. That was the point you needed to evaluate your portfolio. Very true. Very true. That's right about the point where I switched some altcoins into Bitcoin and ETH. Right? That's right about that point. When that broke, it was like, all right, alts are going to get absolutely wrecked, which they did. Which, in hindsight, that was a great move. The alts got absolutely decimated. That was the point where it's like, dude, I mean, there's going to be no confidence in Bitcoin. Alts are going to get trounced. Absolute trounced. John said, sorry, but I'm hoping you end up having to eat that sock. I want me some of that cheap BTC. John, you know, if I have to eat the sock for you, I will do it, man. I will do it. And in reality, below 20K BTC, you know, in exchange for me eating a sock, you know, why not? Why not at this point, you know? Why not? I'll take the L. If you guys want cheap Bitcoin, let me know. I'll eat the sock. Let me know. Everyone wants lower prices. See, it's like, what becomes that point where, I mean, that's obviously how a bottom forms, right? What's going to be that point where everyone wants lower prices, but you hit that point where everyone's willing to buy, you know? And that's obviously the question we're all waiting for right now. What becomes that point where everyone's willing to buy, you know? But at the same time, everyone wants lower prices. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't think we're there yet. I don't think everyone wants to buy at 29K. To me, and that's why everyone and their mother, right? Every major trader, every major investor has got to be watching that 200 SMA. Why? Because everyone's talking about the 200 SMA. Why? Because everyone knows that's where Bitcoin has bottomed every single bear market. And that's why I think that's going to be the level. I think everyone's going to be buying at the 200 SMA. Okay? And that's hopefully is going to create some momentum to the upside. Because we need that sort of momentum. And I don't think we're going to get it until we go back down there. I just don't think we're at the level right now where everyone wants to buy. And I just don't think we're at that level. We need some big dumps. I'm laddering in when the price is below the 200 EMA. Thank you, John. Thank you for listening to me the last couple weeks, man. Below the 200 EMA is gold. Historically, for BTC. It's only ever been below the 200 EMA for 3 months in its entire existence. You buy anywhere the 200 EMA, you're rocking it. That's the way to go. Okay? Could it stay under there for a while? Yes. In 2018, it stayed under there for 4 months. Okay? And you're probably shaking in your boots in those 4 months, hoping it doesn't break the 200 SMA. But buying anywhere below the 200 EMA, which is this teal moving average right here, is the way to go. Right now, that's sitting at 27,100. So you're about 3K over it right now. But as we know with BTC, 3K can get erased in an hour. So the only time it really stayed below was 2018, right here. And what did it do? It kind of just rocked between the 200 SMA and the 200 EMA. Right? March of 2020. You had 1 week below the 200 EMA, okay? And then down here, Let's go have a little fun. It doesn't show the full chart, but it extends over here. You really, I mean, you were never below the 200 EMA in this time, right? It doesn't show the full chart, but extends over here. You were never below the 200 EMA, besides a couple wicks. So most of the time you get wicks. If not, you consolidate in between. So that's kind of what I'm getting at, man. Buy orders are below the 200 EMA. So that's really it. I mean, it's a very, very simple strategy at the moment, but that's kind of what I'm looking at here. Whales were front run that 200. Give yourself a chance. Oh, facts. What I mean is buy at the 200 SMA is buy as close to it as you can. So, I mean, obviously buy a little bit ahead of it, because if you put your buy order right at the 200 SMA, I mean, you know it could typically happen, right? You're not going to catch that wick. Sometimes those wicks can go boop, boop, right? Boop, boop. You know, you're not going to catch it. So that's why I say a little bit above, and really anywhere in between these two. Boop, boop. Stupid glitchy YouTube. Psychology. What does BB have to say about this? I mean, he's always right. We should listen to him. We'll ask him what he thinks tonight, right? We'll see what he says on his stream, and then I'm going to have him as a guest on my stream later, and you know, we'll see what his opinion is, right? We're going to have a lot of guests tonight. So I'll have Carl on, BitBoy on, George. I mean, this is why this is the best stream in the game. This is the only stream you have to watch, right? I have all the guests on my stream, and I tell you exactly what they say every day. What other stream gives you the content of 20 other streams? None. Only mine. Okay? Seriously, only mine. The boops and the woohoos. He's not here now. All right, guys. We've been live for like an hour. I want to keep these morning ones below an hour unless there's some crazy price action. And right now, there's not really any crazy price action. Bitcoin's getting a slight move up. Like I said, to me, this is going to be a move up and a back test. Just a back test of this bear flag, right? So you had these upward sloping support line. Move down, come back up, back test this as resistance. And that's right around 30K. So I'm looking at a rejection right around 30K. If for whatever reason, the bullish scenario, and you can also, it's funny enough, you can see the 50 EMA coming in here. That's where Bitcoin got rejected last time. So a move back up here, test this uptrend of support and the 50 EMA coming in right around the same points over the next couple hours, right around this range here. Is what I'm looking at, a rejection from that level. If for whatever reason Bitcoin can get a close above the 50 EMA today, maybe we have some upside, right? But let's watch that as Bitcoin kind of retraces here, and we'll go from there. All right. I'll catch you guys tonight. If you guys can leave a like before you go, I'll catch you guys tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you guys are there. If you're not, I'll be very, very upset, and you know, Jimmy will find you. Jimmy will find you if you're not here tonight. So make sure you guys are there. All right. Later, boys. Have a good day on this beautiful, actually, it's kind of a crappy Thursday, but it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be Sunday later, apparently. Catch you guys later. All right. Adios. Peace.